Recently I've been participating in some video game raffle/wheels online, and in this video I'm going to be going over what I've gotten recently through those wheels. So over the past month I've done kind of this trial run with some Facebook wheels. These are, if you're not familiar, these are, you buy spots, each item gets listed by the seller with a set number of spots at a set price, and you pick your spots, or it might be a straight fill where you just say I want this number of spots and it fills straight down. And then they use random.org, run a randomizer, and a winner gets selected. And so I decided to try this out for some of the higher end items, especially the NES items that I'll probably know that I'll most likely never buy just because of the sheer price of them. So I decided to give this a try to kind of see how it went. And pleasantly surprised I did really well over the past month. And you know, I wasn't just buying into everything. You know, I was very cautious of number of spots, you know, what are the odds of winning, things like that. And so in this video, we're going to be going over what I got. No particular order. We'll just go ahead and start. A recent one I got is for the GameCube Spirits and Spells. This is an uncommon title. I think this is up there in price now, and I was able to win this. So that's great. Moving on. Early on, within the first 2 weeks, I actually was able to win a Sega Game Gear box, and it's a variant I did not have, and it's the Sonic 2 box, which, believe it or not, I did not have this one. This is probably one of the more common boxes, but I was missing this one, so I got this. And in that same wheel, they also included this power adapter. It's a Innovation third-party adapter. Works with the Game Gear, works with a Gen 2 and Gen 3 Genesis as well. And then moving on, sticking with the Sega theme, something that I was really excited, you know, I was monitoring a couple items, really hoping that some Sega stuff would pop up. And it actually did pop up, and that is a box for my Sega Nomad, including the inserts. And so I was able to win this. It was the box only with the inserts, no system, but I already had a Nomad system. And so finally I have a boxed Nomad, which is amazing. This is one of the items I remember as a child, and now I actually have it boxed. And that's definitely going in the display case. Moving on, before we get to NES, I want to touch on some N64 stuff. I actually got 2 box systems for the N64. We're going to go ahead and start with the Donkey Kong 64 set. And if you're familiar with the Donkey Kong 64 bundle, you will notice a slight difference in this, in that it's in English and French. This is actually the Canadian box. The system inside is mint, still has all of the paperwork, still has all the bags on the system, on the controllers. It's in mint. I'm looking for a US box to put this in. Most likely sell or trade the Canadian box, but definitely a good pickup just for the system, the game, the expansion pack, everything. So I was happy to pick that one up. And then this one I was real happy about, and that is a boxed Pikachu N64. And if you notice, this is the regular special edition one, not the bundle that came with Hey You Pikachu. And so this is more of a rare variant that came out. It was really just the console, you know, with the controller, without the whole bundle of Hey You Pikachu, microphone, and all that. So I was really happy to get this. There's a little bit of tape on the box, but overall the box is in pretty good condition. These are really difficult to come by, especially the regular special edition Pikachu one. I'm definitely happy to pick that one up. Moving on, Super Nintendo. So if you guys follow me, you know I'm not a huge Super Nintendo person. I'm more of a Sega Genesis person. But there are specific games that I really like for the Super Nintendo. And I saw this pop up, and I knew I had to play a couple spots in it, and I ended up winning it. And it is a complete in box with the protector Turtles in Time game. So typically, any wheels I play for Super Nintendo, they're gonna have to be complete in box and more of like showcase worthy, where I can set it on the shelf. It's gonna look really good standing up. Or a game that I know I'm really gonna play. In this case, it's actually both. This will be one of the games that I do play on the Super Nintendo when I'm not playing Hyperstone Heist on the Genesis. And it'll also look really nice on the shelf. Moving on, this was actually the first item I ever won on a wheel. And it is a complete in box Mega Man 5. So I got this, I bought, for this particular one, I bought 2 spots, $10 a spot, so 20 bucks is what I ended up spending on the wheel. Ended up getting myself a complete in box Mega Man 5. It's funny, a week before, actually several days before I believe it was, I had just bought Mega Man 5 with the manual to have in my collection. And so this ended up being a duplicate, but it was a really nice find. And I'm definitely happy to have this as some trade bait. I'm looking to complete my Game Gear collection, and I'm hoping this will help me get the couple games that I'm missing. And then moving on, we've got quite a bit of NES games here. As I mentioned, a lot of these are games that I probably would have never bought unless I found it at like a flea market or something like that. So we're going to go ahead and kick off with Swamp Thing. I actually won 2 of these. One of them I actually already relisted on a wheel, sold it, made some money back on that one. But we got Swamp Thing. And then we've got Bucky O'Hare. Rockin' Cats, which is an Atlas title. Gargoyles 2. We've got Bases Loaded 4. I believe that was the only Bases Loaded title I was missing. And then moving on, we've got Contra Force. And then here we get to some real more heavy hitters for the NES. So we're down to 4 more games, and I'll be going over these games, but I did get some other games. They haven't arrived yet, just some winnings from the past couple days. So towards the end of the video, I'll go over those. But starting with our final 4 heavy hitters, we've got Metal Storm, followed by Chippendale Rescue Rangers 2, Gun-nac, and last but certainly not least, and that is a really good conditioned Panic Restaurant. This is one of those games I thought I would never get, and it's real funny. So you know, I won this. It was a high roller. It was a very large buy-in, but it only had 10 spots bought in. It had 5 winners. I ended up getting, I bought 2 spots, and I ended up winning 2 spots. So both of my spots got in the top 5. Contra Force was one of the spots, but I also won the number 1 spot, which allowed me to pick Panic Restaurant. So that was really cool, and it pretty much, as soon as I won, a few days ago, probably about a week ago now, I also won DuckTales 2. It hasn't arrived yet, but as soon as I paid for it, I got a message from another seller saying, hey, I'm getting ready to list a complete in box Panic Restaurant. And I'm like, oh my, I was like, I just won Panic Restaurant. And so, you know, just messing with them, I'm like, all right, I'll play on your wheel. And I ended up winning it. This was about a day ago. And so I also won a complete in box Panic Restaurant. that I'm really hoping that I'm going to be able to trade, hopefully, for a little Samson. And so I'm really excited about that. Can't wait for that to get in. Hopefully it arrives safely. But it is 100% complete, including the foam, all the inserts, the manual, everything. So it's in really good condition. And so I can't wait for that. So as I mentioned, there's still a couple more items that I'm waiting for. But so far, this is what I've received. Past month, it's been really successful. I kind of have it in my mind that, I'll continue to play these as long as the odds are good. I feel comfortable going into it. For instance, if somebody put up a Chippendale Rescue Rangers 2 and it had 100 spots in it, I would not play it. Unless they were, even at $2, well, probably $3 a spot, it's still a pretty big gamble buying that many spots. I'd rather have, like a high roller 10 spotter where it's got a little bit of a higher buy-in, but right off the bat, I know I have a better chance of winning it and, less people playing into that. And so I really like the 10 spotters. Again, higher buy-in, but it makes me feel more comfortable. Even if I lose, I know that I had really good odds going into it. But that's it for this video. I just kind of want to share some of the uncommon and higher end NES games that I've been able to pick up, as well as some of the consoles. But thank you for watching. If you play in any of these wheels, definitely drop me a comment below. Let me know. I do mine on Facebook, so let me know if you're in a specific Facebook group and you really like it. You get some nice things posted. Definitely let me know. I've tried out a few groups. There's pretty much one I've been sticking with, and it's been really successful for me. But thank you for watching.